Yo, what is up? It is Cap Speaks and Shades. We are here. We are here for one reason only. As you can see, it's the WWE TNA Partnership. Man, I've got to say that came so out of left field. I guess like it was. We knew they had a partnership. Um, I we were talking about it potentially happening at some point, and them actually working together as a team. I guess. Or united in some sort of way. We see it at the end of the mid to the end of last year, with them happening, and seeing a couple of the guys from TNA going to WWE or NXT at least, and a couple of the NXT guys going to TNA. Guys, it's officially official. Something I love to say. What the heck is going on? Like, obviously, I sent the information over to you because obviously I know you two hadn't seen Twitter yet. What's your thoughts on this? Deeks, go. I'll let you go first. Obviously, I know you're. I literally woke you up to tell you what's going on. So what's your thoughts on this?
I'm very surprised. I wasn't expecting it this year. I was expecting it to probably be later this year or probably next year. So I'm quite surprised.
All right. And Jake, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts on this is it's going to be very good. We've seen some very good things already. Now that we've got this confirmation of a history-making partnership, so let's see where they can run with this.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Like history making.
This is history making. Like, it's insane.
WWE has never done a partnership thing like this before with another company.
Technically, they have, like, with NWA and stuff like that. Yes,
yeah, but that was like still remotely connected. This was like fresh.
Yeah, but this is like fresh. As of the last, like, let's say 20 odd years, I can't think of a time when WWE done a partnership with another promotion. Obviously, I know they had the stuff with like Evolve and a couple of indie companies or British companies. ICW, Triple H appeared there, but nothing was like there was a partnership, but not like a full announcement, kind of thing. So
yeah, this is like a fully fleshed out partnership, mainstream. They took it to the world. It's almost like two companies just made a bigger company. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
We have two separate names under one roof.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Like, literally, it's insane. Like, the minute I read it, I was like, what is going on?
When you messaged me, I paused the film and I was like, huh?
I know we've got quite a few listeners on from X kind of like tuning in. So guys, thank you for joining, obviously, just to hear us kind of waffle on about it quickly. I didn't want to make this too much of a long stream, literally like 10-15 minutes. I just wanted to get the information out. So WWE have released an official article on a WWE website. I'll just read you like the important bit. So it says the agreement will enable talent to garner additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming, including weekly flagship shows such as NXT, which airs live on CW in the UK. Obviously, that's on Netflix, and TNA Impact. Select WWE premium live events and TNA pay-per-views, in turn bolstering their in-ring development with exposure to world-class talent and coaching. It says this historic relationship demonstrates that collaboration and competition do not have to be mutually exclusive, said Ariel Schnurr. Apologies for butchering your name.
English.
Our partnership allows TNA wrestling brand and its incredible athletes to reach significantly wider audiences while giving WWE and NXT stars an opportunity to cross the line and gain valuable experience as they join forces with one of the most talented rosters in professional wrestling today. Obviously we know so far that Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry have obviously appeared on NXT. Jordan Grace was in the Royal Rumble as of last year, if you guys remember when we watched that. There was the NXT Championship match with Joe Hendry and Ethan Page at No Mercy. The NXT Women's Championship match featuring Grace and Roxanne Perez at Battleground. We know NXT stars have gone over to TNA. Wesley, short-lived reunion with the Rascals. Charlie Dempsey and the No Quarter Catch Crew. Riley Osborne, Dante Shen, Gallus, Ariana Grace, Tatum Paxley, Izzy Dane, Wendy Chu, Brinley Reese, and more have all crossed over and gone one way or the other with the branding, right? So the question is now, obviously, I don't want to get into too much details. I know at the moment this is just said NXT because it literally says the agreement will enable talent to garner additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming, including weekly flagship shows such as NXT. So technically, they haven't said Raw or SmackDown. They highlighted it as an NXT, but it does say additional exposure across key WWE and TNA programming. So, man, that is insane, by the way. Absolutely insane that this is happening. As you said, like, it's history making. I felt like the partnership was coming. We've spoken about it before. I didn't think they were going to be, I didn't think it would be an official partnership, if you know what I mean, for a multi-year as well. So one, amazing, great for both sides. Really, 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 really happy that this benefits TNA. Like, it really benefits TNA, especially with in the UK, you get people from TNA going over to NXT, for example. NXT's on Netflix, so there's people are going to be seen more, which is peak, exactly what they want. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that. Before we go any further, though, there is one thing I do want to kind of promote. So if you are aware, we recently got the chance to jump over on stream and talk to Mr. Marco Stunt, the former AEW wrestler. He now has his own wrestling promotion company called PWA. They have their show. It's Friday, January 17th. That means it's tomorrow. Anyone that is tuning in and you are from America and you are local to this, go and support them. Go and support Marco Stunt, the PWA team, and the show that they're going to be putting on. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. This is the card. I know it's very small. Unfortunately, I didn't have one that's a bit bigger that covers the entire screen. However, 6 matches. There's some stuff going on. It's going to be important. Obviously, there's going to be a tournament coming up soon to determine the very first PWA champion. And one of those matches is happening. A tournament breaking match will happen, I believe, in Prepared Away. So please go and check it out. And if you do go and see it, tell Marco Stunt the guys from Hounds of Wrestling have said hello. And obviously, we're going to continue to work with Marco as long as we can and give him a shout out. Man, this is absolutely insane. So I just want to quickly give you your thoughts, finally, like your last kind of thoughts and information. Do you think we're now going to get someone from TNA going into the Royal Rumble? Do you think that is 100% confirmed now due to the fact that they've released this partnership?
Yes. But
yeah,
then again, the Royal Rumble is 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
That
means absolutely nothing. I think they've got the people that they want in it, and I think they've got a lot of spaces.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The Royal Rumble is 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
We know, obviously, who our main people are that are in it that have been announced.
Mm-hmm.
We still have more Raws and SmackDowns, with more people will be announced. But who's to say that they don't announce the TNA? TNA just shows up.
Do you know what else I'd be intrigued to see? I've loved to see what happens. So before I get into your answer, Deeks, I'd love to see an NXT versus TNA match, like an actual a battle now, because they're both under a company. So for kind of like a Survivor Series-esque, if they were to do something like that, that'd be interesting.
Well,
having an X Division match happen on NXT for the X Division title, having a couple of titles change hands now they're in an official partnership. Little things that we were dreaming about and we were talking about happening, I feel we are more likely to see this year.
Can I go full hypothetical right now?
Go for it.
Multi-year partnership. WWE Loads of we got good PLEs throughout the year. TNA good PLEs throughout the year. There's one I'd like to see where it's WWE versus TNA or TNA versus WWE, and the only place I can see them doing a really good match like that would be at War Games.
Yeah.
It already has the name.
It does. I will say, Zach Wentz, obviously, Deeks. Obviously, you're very familiar with a lot of these guys. Avoid being a bigger TNA fan. Zach Wentz has put on X. I do believe Trey Miguel and I are still number one contenders for the NXT tag titles, right? With a question mark. So many people are, obviously it's a huge moment for a lot of the guys. TNA definitely. Daniel Spencer's put an eye emoji. Joe Hendry's put his face up, picture of his face. Obviously believing in Joe Hendry. The positive reaction that I'm seeing from this is exactly why I think I fell in love with wrestling in the first place. There's no negativity. Everyone's just boosting each other up. There's camaraderie. There's what's the word? Healthy competition. Like, stuff is going to be moving in such a great direction, and I'm so happy that we get to see it. Is I hate seeing the one-sided wrestling fans, and it's AEW versus WWE versus this versus, like, we're literally seeing now what happens when two things merge, and hopefully it's going to grow into something massive. Obviously the dream would be AEW also merging at some point with WWE, even if it's for one show. The dream can still live. If it happens, is another story. But
because right now AEW is kind of on their own now.
They are, but they're doing stuff with New Japan. They've got their own.
I get that, but New Japan. When you look at the size of WWE and then you look at TNA, AEW, New Japan. See, New Japan, TNA, and AEW are all a similar size.
I don't know, man.
You get,
I would say arguably AEW would be bigger in stack of roster and like size and credibility and stuff like that.
They're the closest out of the four companies. Them three are the closest to each other. One of them's now drifted away. As partnered with the big
as partners.
TNA's now drifted away and partnered with WWE. So who's to say that the competition on the other front doesn't do something to come back to battle?
I don't know.
This.
The thing is, as long as it's done in a correct way. My problem is I hate when something happens and it's to try and basically, take a jab at us like, oh, like it. Honestly, I don't really care for that kind of stuff. I'm just the fact that we're in 2025. I need to say 2024, 2025, right? And WWE and TNA have just teamed up. AEW is doing some great work where they are with Japan. Do you know what I mean? Like, we get wrestling 3 days a week here, guaranteed in the UK on Netflix. That's without having to sign up to Triller, for example, and then watch AEW twice a week. That's like nearly 5 days worth of wrestling. We are so spoiled for it.
Then add in TNA shows.
Exactly. And that's without the TNA shows. That's what I mean. Like, we are so spoiled with the amount of wrestling we get. And obviously, that's if fans pay additional Japan subscriptions and stuff like that. That all I can see from this is positivity. And obviously, the wrestlers themselves talking about it as well is really exciting.
Let me give you a crazy statistic. WWE, TNA, NXT, AEW, New Japan. If you watch all of them, you get PLEs, multiple, every single month. Now let's go back 10, 20 years. You're lucky to get maybe one or two.
Yeah.
We're spoiled for main premier shows.
Yeah.
Now we're spoiled for little shows during the week, and then you're spoiled at the end of the week by some massive show.
Yeah.
Wrestling has changed, man. Wrestling has evolved.
Mm-hmm. So Deeks, obviously, I know you've been quite quiet. As I said, I did wake you up sleeping, so apologies. But yeah, what's your thoughts on this? I know I said you've been quite quiet. is there anyone from NXT? This is a question for you, like just you. Is there anyone from NXT that went TNA? Do you think, all right, let's run it back and see how they go now? I got a name in mind. I just want to know if you can think of anyone on top of your head. As I said, I know you're quite sleepy, so I understand you may not. And also, what are your thoughts on this?
First thoughts for this temporary partnership or permanent partnership or even possible merger of WWE and TNA together. I like it. It's going to be good. I got a feeling that this is going to be a permanent merger coming up.
But do you think they're going to be under separate names?
No, same name. I got a feeling it's going to be like WWE NXT with TNA.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. And then the other question was: is there anyone that you can think of that was a former wrestler in TNA that you would like to see? Sorry, a former wrestler in NXT that's now in TNA that you'd like to come over, and just show their face again, just to get a pop and see where they go from there.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Juggernaut come back over from TNA, Jordan Grace.
Mm-hmm.
She when she come over from 2-3 appearances she's had over here, she had a good pop and she had good matches as well.
What about Joe Henry? What's your thoughts on him?
And the other one was actually my next chat was Joe Henry as well. He's come over, had some good pops, good matches as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, them two guys have come over and done good stuff from TNA to NXT. NXT wise, I'll probably just go Wesley.
Wes going over there, and honestly, Wes and X Division would be incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible. Here's a name that I want to throw out. Obviously, he followed us on TikTok, so that's a little nice little nod there. But AJ Francis, formerly Top Dollar. Obviously, he was let go from WWE. I don't know if it was reason unknown, budget cuts or whatever. Obviously, I don't want to look into the negative side of it. Obviously, he was let go. He's found his footing again. He's doing absolutely incredible work in TNA. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Him first class, obviously. His chokeslam, as I said, right now probably one of the best in the business right now, this instant. So shout outs to Top Dollar. I doubt he's listening, but it's always nice. But yeah, Top Dollar coming back over to NXT. Is that a yes or a no? Do you want to see that happen?
Yeah, it can come over and from NXT to NXT definitely. He's got good skills, got good technique. He's got plenty of power, plenty of charisma. And I reckon the kind of guys in NXT could have a good barn with him in a match, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. There also Nick Nemeth, former.
You just took champion, the name I was going to say.
Yeah, former WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Obviously, the options now, the door's there.
Yeah,
I was literally about to say what you had finished talking. Now, let's think of a man who was in WWE, who is now in TNA, at the top, and we've got the Royal Rumble in 2 weeks. We're talking dream world, but who's to say that, whether he comes out at number 1, 9, 20, 30, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Nick Nemeth come home.
Yeah, that'd be mental. And on top of that, guys, I've just noticed, it just dawned on me, the Hardys.
Yeah.
Obviously they're the TNA champ, that tag champs right now. So obviously we've got the Hardys.
What I'd like to see?
Now. Yeah, go on.
I'd like to see this. The TNA tag champs against the NXT tag champs.
Yeah, or Fraxium.
Yeah.
Fraxium right now on fire.
Imagine that match.
That'd be sick.
I'd like to see the TNA champ against the NXT champ.
Yeah, and Nick Nemeth versus Oba. Yeah, that'd be good.
Oba Femio.
Yeah.
I
would also say as well, we've also got the likes of other names that some people, obviously like you and that, might not be too aware of, but Sami Callihan, for example, Moose, Mike Santana, Rich Swann. Obviously, he was a former
I like Moose
cruiserweight in the 205 Live. Obviously, we've got the Hardys. Leon Slater. Oh my goodness, Leon Slater coming against Javon Evans. Would blow my mind.
Yeah,
That would
definitely. Yeah.
blow my mind. We've got Jody Fret, Danny Luna, Killer Kelly, obviously Jordan Grace, Heather by Elegance, Ash by Elegance, Hammerstone, Danny Luna, Eric Young again. Brent. Oh man, all I can see is like if it's done the right way, all I can see is just nothing but positivity and like the entire stealing the show. They could literally make it a thing of a WWE TNA pay-per-view, like once every, if they've done it once a quarter, and they had stuff happening and stuff like that. Obviously, I know they're going to do their own separate stuff, but the options now for each lot to vent over and go over there and come this, and that's without even mentioning the main roster. We've just stuck to NXT. So if it's in the main roster as well, man,
the possibility, the only way we can even comprehend this is with this one statement. If it's all 3 shows and TNA, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, fully. And obviously one that I've kind of we've been trying to keep our eye on a lot of. Obviously, we follow her on next, along with a lot of the others. Obviously Zaya Brookside. So she put something out. Tweeted 2015 debut, 2017 WWR Stardom, 2018 WWE Mae Young Classic and NXT UK. She got signed. 2022 NXT UK closed. 2023 moved to America, self-sponsored. 2024 signed to TNA. This is TNA. 2025 TNA and WWE signed a multi-year deal. She literally put the opportunities and possibilities are endless. Man, I'd love to see her just get in a ring and perform with.
Use my words
right now. Just mind blowing. Like we are literally history making moment, and we're literally getting to see it now.
Who's to say if this partnership goes amazingly and they come under one roof, like officially, like this is one huge company. Who's to say Netflix doesn't extend their arm a bit more?
I'd love to see that. And the thing is, I think it's potential with WWE being the big name show, right? And I don't want to knock down TNA or anything like that. WWE is the bigger name. So if TNA are working with WWE, a lot of outside people are going to be like, well, if TNA are working with them, there's a reason why. And that's going to put eyes on TNA. And if it puts eyes on TNA and TNA uses some WWE people to go over there, great. I think it's a win-win for both companies. I really do. But the bigger win, I personally think, is for TNA, because more eyes on a product means bigger shows. It's going to sell more tickets. They're going to get a better viewership. They could get a better TV deal. As you said, potentially there could be a Netflix deal. Not saying that will happen now, but 2 years down the line, if they really do that well, as you said, possibilities are endless. So if anything, the growth for what this achieves for TNA alone is insane. That's without anything that it's going to do for WWE and NXT. But yeah, I'm just really excited, man. I just wanted to quickly just get your thoughts. Any final words before we kind of just wrap up? Like I said, it was a 15-20 minute thing. Thank you for everyone that's kind of joined on as well. Like, you've done us some really good numbers very, very quickly. So thank you all for joining in. If you haven't already, then I said, please subscribe to us on YouTube. We do have TikTok, but I know obviously with the America and losing TikTok or whatever the complication is there, I understand that that may be an issue. But yeah, just follow us on X, and please follow us on YouTube. We really want to grow more on YouTube. That's going to be our sole kind of purpose of where we're going to be going, putting so much more content on there this year. Now we've actually all got the time, and we've kind of worked out a really good kind of process of what we're going to be doing. I said, finally, on top of that, if you are aware of Marco Stump, while you're here, look, Prepare the Way is right there. If you can't see the show, the one thing I really, really, really do ask is please just go over to PWA on X and on YouTube, give them a follow, hit them a subscribe, and tell them the guys from the Hounds of Wrestling obviously said hello. Please, if that's the only thing you can do, just spread them by word of mouth. Obviously, they've got a show coming up tomorrow. I'm unaware if the tickets are still available. If they are, then go and get yourself some tickets. Very cheap, and you're going to have a very good show. So please go and watch it if you can, if you are in the area. All right, guys, final thoughts before we wrap up.
We've
Wow.
entered a new area, new era with WWE on Netflix. We're now entering a new era with WWE with TNA. The future is gonna be banging.
It's going to be big. I mean, not on top of that as well, must I just say, we've already just entered the Penta era as well. So not just one era, not two eras, but 3 eras of wrestling.
Now you've
in
mentioned
a couple months. We can talk about Penta on Sunday. Let's we'll leave it there because obviously we've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, it's Sunday. I want to stay focused on obviously the WWE TNA partnership. We can talk about Penta until your heart's content on Sunday. Okay, because I know you.
I hope people have got the whole night then.
So yeah, have you got any final thoughts, Shades, before I wrap up?
War is coming.
Yeah, yeah, for both shows, it's gonna be insane. All right, guys, listen. Just as we get out of here, again, thank you all so much for joining the stream. I know it's late. I know it wasn't promoted or anything like that. Obviously, the minute we see it, we jumped on. So thank you so much for joining. For those that have followed, those that have liked, those that have retweeted, etc., etc., we do appreciate it. Please go over to our YouTube channel and give it a subscribe. Well, if that's the only thing you can do, then please, that's all we ask. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking wrestling with you. Obviously, I'll probably talk to you after anyway, before when we're off air. But for those that have watched, thank you. Please, for it next time, feel free to drop some comments. Guys, we'll see you on Sunday, unless there's even more breaking news when we'll be back live again. But if not, we'll be live on Sunday. Peace.
Peace.